Iwo Jima, a tiny volcanic island in the vast Pacific Ocean, became a focal point of World War II. This small piece of land, seemingly insignificant in size, held immense strategic value for both the Japanese and the Americans. For the Japanese, it was a crucial line of defense, an early warning station against American advances. They knew that holding Iwo Jima was essential to protect the mainland from the impending American onslaught. For the Americans, it was a stepping stone to mainland Japan, a potential airbase for their bombers. Capturing Iwo Jima would provide a critical launch point for air raids and a safe haven for damaged aircraft returning from missions over Japan. Iwo Jima's strategic location made it a prize worth fighting for. Its proximity to Japan meant that whoever controlled the island could dominate the skies and seas in the region. The Japanese, determined to defend their homeland, fortified the island into a formidable fortress. They transformed the rugged terrain into a network of defenses, making it nearly impregnable. Tunnels honeycombed the volcanic rock, concealing troops and artillery. These underground passages allowed the Japanese to move undetected and launch surprise attacks on the invading forces. The island bristled with guns, prepared for a desperate defense. Every inch of Iwo Jima was fortified, with artillery and machine guns ready to repel any assault. American forces, buoyed by recent victories, underestimated the Japanese resolve. They believed their superior numbers and firepower would quickly overwhelm the defenders. They anticipated a swift victory, a relatively easy capture of the island. Confidence was high, and many thought the battle would be over in a matter of days. This miscalculation would have dire consequences for the Marines who landed on Iwo Jima's shores. The battle turned into one of the bloodiest and most grueling fights of the Pacific War, a testament to the fierce determination of both sides. General Tadamichi Kuribayashi, the Japanese commander, knew that holding Iwo Jima indefinitely was impossible. Instead, he aimed to inflict maximum casualties, to break the American spirit and buy time for the defense of the mainland. Kuribayashi's strategy was one of attrition. He ordered his troops to fortify caves and tunnels, creating interconnected defensive positions. He forbade suicidal banzai charges, emphasizing disciplined defense and inflicting heavy losses on the attackers. The Americans, meanwhile, bombarded the island from the air and sea. They hoped to soften up the Japanese defenses, making the landing less perilous. However, the bombardment, though intense, proved less effective than anticipated. The Japanese, deep within their bunkers, awaited the American assault. On February 19, 1945, the American invasion force arrived at Iwo Jima. Thousands of Marines stormed the beaches, met by a storm of Japanese fire. The landing craft encountered heavy seas and treacherous currents, adding to the chaos. The volcanic ash that covered the island proved a treacherous footing. Tanks struggled to advance, becoming easy targets for Japanese gunners. Marines pinned down on the open beaches faced withering machine gun and artillery fire. Despite the carnage, the Marines persevered, inching their way inland. They fought with courage and determination, securing a tenuous foothold on the island by nightfall. But the first day's cost was staggering, with thousands of casualties. The Battle of Iwo Jima was a brutal struggle for every yard of land. The Japanese, entrenched in their fortified positions, fought with fanatical tenacity. The Americans, facing constant sniper fire and hidden bunkers, relied on firepower and determination. Flamethrowers became a crucial weapon for the Marines, clearing out Japanese bunkers and tunnels. Tanks equipped with flamethrowers proved particularly effective against the dug-in enemy. Close air support, when available, provided crucial firepower. The battle raged for days, a relentless back-and-forth struggle. The Japanese, though outnumbered and outgunned, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. Casualties mounted on both sides, the island's volcanic soil stained with blood. Section 5. Atop Mount Suribachi, a symbol of victory. On February 23, 1945, a determined group of Marines embarked on a grueling climb to the summit of Mount Suribachi, a volcanic peak that dominated the southern end of the island. This climb was not just a physical challenge, but a symbolic journey towards hope and victory. Upon reaching the summit, they raised an American flag, a moment immortalized in a photograph that became a symbol of American resolve and determination. This iconic image captured the spirit of the Marines and the nation they represented. The raising of the flag on Mount Suribachi provided a much-needed morale boost for the weary Marines who had been engaged in intense combat. It was a beacon of hope and a sign that their efforts were not in vain. This act signaled a turning point in the battle, though the fighting was far from over. The sight of the flag inspired the troops to push forward with renewed vigor and determination. The image of the flag, defiant against the smoky backdrop of war, resonated deeply with the American public back home. It became a powerful symbol of unity and perseverance. However, the battle for Iwo Jima was not won on a single mountaintop. The struggle continued across the island, with each inch of ground fiercely contested. The Japanese forces, though weakened by the relentless assault, continued to resist fiercely from their fortified positions. Their determination made every advance costly. The northern part of the island remained a contested battleground, with both sides enduring heavy casualties. The fight for Iwo Jima was a testament to the bravery and tenacity of all who fought there. Section 6. The North resists, a brutal struggle for every inch. The northern part of Iwo Jima presented an even greater challenge for the Americans. The terrain was more rugged, the Japanese defenses more deeply entrenched. The fighting here proved to be some of the most brutal of the entire campaign. Japanese soldiers hidden in caves and tunnels launched surprise attacks on American patrols. Snipers, expertly camouflaged, picked off Marines from concealed positions. Every advance came at a heavy price. The Marines, exhausted but determined, pressed their attack. They utilized flamethrowers, grenades, and every weapon at their disposal to dislodge the enemy. The Japanese, though facing dwindling supplies and mounting casualties, fought with the courage of the damned. Section 7. Victory at a heavy cost. The aftermath of Iwo Jima. After 36 days of bitter fighting, Iwo Jima was declared secure on March 26, 1945. The American victory came at a terrible cost. Over 26,000 American casualties, including nearly 7,000 killed, marked the island's black volcanic sand. The Japanese suffered even heavier losses, with an estimated 20,000 killed. The battle exemplified the ferocity of the Pacific War, the desperate struggle between two determined foes. The island, once a place of strategic importance, became a graveyard for thousands. The Battle of Iwo Jima left an indelible mark on the American psyche. It highlighted the horrors of war, the courage of ordinary men facing extraordinary circumstances. The island's name became synonymous with sacrifice and valor. Section 8. Iwo Jima's legacy, strategic value, and enduring symbolism. The capture of Iwo Jima provided the Americans with an airbase closer to mainland Japan, but its overall strategic importance remains a subject of debate. While it served as a refueling and emergency landing site for B-29 bombers, its impact on the air war against Japan is disputed. Proponents argue that Iwo Jima saved countless aircrew lives, providing a haven for damaged bombers returning from raids. They also point to its role as a base for fighter escorts, protecting bombers and attacking Japanese targets. Critics, however, question whether the island's capture justified the high cost in lives. They argue that other islands could have served similar purposes, and that the resources expended on Iwo Jima could have been better utilized elsewhere. Section 9. Remembering the sacrifice lessons from Iwo Jima. The Battle of Iwo Jima stands as a testament to the human cost of war, a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fight for their countries. It was one of the bloodiest battles in the Pacific theater, with immense loss on both sides. The island, though small, became a symbol of the fierce determination and resilience of the soldiers who fought there. The courage and tenacity displayed by both sides, the brutality of the fighting, serve as a stark warning against the horrors of conflict. The relentless combat, the harsh conditions, and the sheer willpower of the soldiers highlight the extreme sacrifices made during war. It is a powerful reminder of the devastating impact of war on humanity. Beyond its strategic implications, Iwo Jima offers valuable lessons about leadership, courage, and the enduring human spirit. The battle showcased the importance of strong leadership and the ability to inspire troops even in the direst of circumstances. It also highlighted the unbreakable bonds formed between soldiers, forged in the crucible of combat. The battle reminds us of the importance of clear communication, realistic assessments, and the need to avoid underestimating the enemy. Effective communication was crucial in coordinating the complex operations and ensuring the success of missions. The lessons learned from Iwo Jima continue to influence military strategies and leadership principles to this day. Most importantly, Iwo Jima compels us to remember the sacrifices made by those who fought and died there. The countless lives lost and the immense suffering endured by the soldiers serve as a poignant reminder of the true cost of war. Their bravery and selflessness are etched into history, reminding us of the price of freedom. Their courage, their determination, and their willingness to lay down their lives for their comrades should never be forgotten. The legacy of Iwo Jima lives on, not just in the annals of military history, but in the hearts and minds of those who honor their memory. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of those who fought and the lessons we must carry forward.